Okay, good morning, all of you. So, we are going to start our second last unit. I hope my screen is visible and I am audible clearly to you people. So, second last unit, only two units remain. Already, we have completed 6 units up to previous lecture, and we need more 7 to 8 lectures to complete these remaining 2 units. Okay, so unit number 7, statistical process control. So this is syllabus which you are seeing on screen. So let us see syllabus and textbooks recommended for this particular unit. Introduction to SPC, that is SPC stands for statistical process control. Okay, so here onwards I may use the word SPC. So what is the SPC? So I think all of you know this statistical word. Okay, so in mathematics, you may have learned this concept, statistics, right? So branch of mathematics. So you may have learned this process. All of us know to produce the product, we should go with certain process, and control is used at various places. But here, obviously, we are learning quality control, industrial management, and quality control, right? So that control of quality, that meaning we have to correlate here. So now in title of chapter, I will elaborate once again that what is meaning of statistical process control. Okay, so its introduction part is there at the beginning. What is the statistics? What is the process? What is the control? Then what are the advantages of this particular SPC? So its discussion will be there in a first bit. Then control charts for variable and attributes. I think in last unit you may remembered I have taught one tool, that is a control chart, right? So control chart, on x-axis there is a time, and on y-axis process, right? As time passes, what is the response of that particular process? So that control chart, that concept we have seen. So we have to see various control charts. There are basically two types, like variable and attribute type of control chart. So we have to discuss in detail what is meaning of variable and attribute type of control chart. Then we have to see interpretation and application of XRP and C chart. There are various control charts. So according to variable and attributes, there are classifications. So there are X chart, R chart, P chart, and C charts. So its application we have to see along with numerical, and how people interpret related to quality control in industry. So that XRP and C charts, obviously it is a graphical representation, and with the help of statistical data, you people can draw these charts. Okay, so this charts application and interpretation we have to see. So only 4 charts are there in our syllabus. So there are many more chart beyond this, but we'll learn these 4 charts, which are very important as far as the quality matter is concerned in industry, especially quality department implement in their department specifically to control the quality. So how that also we have to see. Then process capability. So one concept called process capability. So that also we have to learn in detail. Then acceptance sampling, meaning of acceptance sampling. Then sampling plans types we have to see, like single plan, double plan, operating characteristic, or you can say OC curve, operating characteristic curve, or OC curve. So this is also a very important curve that is important, we are going to discuss. Then producer and consumer risk. Both people are at risk, right? Producer is also at the risk most of the time, and consumer, producer may think like, can I produce the quality product, and he has to take trials and error, and he has to understand risk there. Just sorry. Then consumer risk. Consumer also purchasing product first time even though he has not used, right? So their risk we have to learn. And numerical treatment based on basically XRP charts and acceptance sampling plans. So it need 4 to 5 hours to complete this particular unit. So a conceptual chapter that way, not only theoretical, even numericals also there. Okay. So your in university exam, maybe numericals may not be asked, but related concepts may be asked there. So textbook recommended will be statistical quality control. Sorry. Um, and a second textbook is total quality management. So uh, for second unit, a second section, I have recommended these two books, very important books. You people can refer this for this unit also. Now, these are the assignment questions you people have to write. Uh, First question is write a note on X and R chart. So there you people have to explain how X chart should be drawn. What is the input data to draw X chart and R chart? You people have to draw it with its conclusion or interpretation. The next is what is acceptance sampling? What is explain sampling plans and types of sampling plan. So in industry, all of you, you know that you cannot check the quality of each and every product. You have to make samples and you have to go for quality checking of certain component only. So that explanation you have to explain here. Then explain actual and ideal OC curve. OC means that we have seen recently. So OC is nothing but operational or operating characteristics curve. Okay. So that curve you have to explain. Also, you people have to explain here uh, all concepts such as producer's risk, consumer's risk, AQL, ATPD, AOQL, etc. Then last question for this chapter assignment question is a numerical. So a single sampling plan uses a sample size of 15 and an acceptance number 1. Using the hypergeometric probabilities, compute the probability of acceptance of lots of 50 article with 2% defective. So we are going to solve such a numericals. One sample numerical I have mentioned here. Then about title of this particular chapter, friends, statistical is or statistics you can say it is a discipline that concerns with collection of data, organization of data, analysis of data, interpretation of data, and later on presentation of data. Okay. So for survey kind of thing also people use this kind of tool, but here the statistical thing we have to implement for our quality department. So what is the statistic? It is nothing but a discipline that is concerns with collection of data, organization of data, analysis of data, interpretation of data, and presentation of data. Now what is expected in collection of data in quality department? Now you people have to identify like how many products are defective, how many products you have taken for checking the its dimensions. Okay, how many products are not defective, how many products were defective. So kind of such a collection of data is nothing but here one part of statistical or statistics, that is a collection of data. Now that data you have to organize, maybe in a column form. You people have to organize like how many products were defective. One product, first product defective, and what is kind of defect. Sorry, just a minute, wait for just 2 minutes. Okay, coming back to our point. So I was talking about the statistical data. So in quality department, you people need to collect the data. Okay, so collection of data related to checking the specifications, you can say. Then you people have to organize that particular data. Then you have to analyze that data. Then interpretation of data, and later on presentation of data. And then you have to come with certain conclusion. Okay, like where is the exact problem. Okay, and you can understand so and so corrections we should take. Then process, second word in this particular chapter is a process. Actually I am explaining this thing because later on these terms you have to listen continuously in this particular chapter. So we have to understand this. So what is the process? So basically in our manufacturing industry, uh, uh, we understand process is nothing but the unique combination of machine tools, methods, materials, and people that attends an output in a goods, software, or service. So process is, what is a process? Process is a combination of machine, method, material, man, right? So and its combination, obviously its unique combination means what? All these work for a certain goal, and they work together, and at the end they have certain output. And what is that output? It is a goods or product or a software or service, anything. Okay, so this is nothing but a process. And what is a control? So I'm not explaining control of your vehicle. We need to control the vehicle, right? Maybe brake, clutch, gear, and you have to control. So this is certain another control. So here we have to understand the meaning of control as a quality control. Okay, So basically, all of us know control or controlling is a function of management, which helps to check error in order to take corrective action. So in quality department, you people have to check the errors, or you have to check the product whether it is performing well or not, whether it is performing as per the specification or not. And if it is not performing, means it is error. And once you find the error, you have to take the corrective action. So nothing but the control or controlling. Getting. So these three terms I have explained you. Now, by understanding these three terms, you have to understand about the title of chapter. Friends, to control the quality in your product, you people have to understand this, or you have to use statistical tool, and you have to control the quality. Getting. So this may be the conclusion if you understand these three words clearly. Now, about the central idea of this particular chapter. So I would say like this particular unit is having application of XRP and C charts and sampling plan, its types and OC curve. So this may be the central idea. We have to learn the various application. XRP C charts are very common. So it's control chart. All are control charts that way. We have to see applications. So where it should be used. Now, why it is important? SPC is important basically to reduce the waste time and inspection cost. Friends, it is a quality control tool, you can say. So how you can reduce the waste? If you are having strong control over the your fabrication process, then definitely there will be a no rejection. Sorry, no rejection. And definitely, if there is no rejection, means you are reducing the waste. If your product got rejected, means it's a waste, it is a scrap. But if you use such a SPC tools, statistical process control tools, then definitely you can reduce the waste. There will be very less rejection, and there will be a less scrap, and definitely there will be a less waste. So that's why it is important. Then you reduce the time. Most of the time, if you try to check the quality of each and every product by taking certain tools in your hand and continuously checking every product, so it is a time consuming process that way. So SPC will reduce that time also. And obviously, if you are spending manpower, if you are spending much more devices on checking the quality, you need to spend money. So that is the inspection cost. So that also can be reduced. So how that we are going to discuss with the help of certain charts. Okay, so while learning these charts, you will understand how SPC is reducing the waste time and inspection. So that I have explained in short, but remember, SPC is reducing waste time, inspection cost. Also, it helps in detecting error at inspection. SPC tool can also helps in detecting errors at the time of inspection. So SPC is the purpose to inspect the product, right? Even though it save the cost of material by reducing the number of rejection. Definitely, if there is a no rejection, or there is no error in your product, then definitely uh, rejection will be less, and due to that, if people can produce the more uniform quality of production, and ultimately, if you are uh, uh, non-defective product, if you are sending to your customer, ultimately your customer will get satisfied. So that's why SPC is important in a quality department. So try to understand this importance of SPC. Now this chapter is linked to CO number ME 422.5. and for previous chapter also same CO was there. So what is that? Select the different quality control tools and charts to check the quality of new product. So these are also quality control, especially we are learning here control charts. This is also a tool, right? You people can check the quality with or maintain the quality and reduce the many non-required thing in your department. So this is the CO. Now let us actually discuss about the this SPC. Sorry, a minute. So let us see introduction of SPC. Friends, SPC is a method of quality control which employs the statistical method to monitor and control the process. You people will say it is a mathematical tool, it is a data based tool, and how it can help to reduce or help to maintain the quality. Friends, this statistical tool will also always help you to monitor the process. Means what? If you collect the data, suppose you are producing 1000 component every shift. So what you have to do? You have to collect certain product out of that 1000. Let us say after every 100 product, you have to collect one sample. After every 100, so we have to collect that 10 product, and you have to measure the specification or dimension whatever is there. So you have to measure it. You have to present that data. Okay, and then you people may draw its graph, like what is the performance of that particular product. So what will happen? So in that particular shift, if there is no problem with that particular product, then you have to continue in next shift also. So in this way you have to monitor the process, and if any error is there, any defect is there, then you people have to continue watch continuously. That is nothing but monitoring. You have to watch that particular product continuously. Means it is not like that आता 2 तासापूर्वी बघितलं आता बघायची गरज नाही. You decide the span after 10 minutes, after 1 hour, maybe after 10 hour, after 2 days, after 3 days, right? So you have to collect the data continuously. You decide the span between two, and you people have to draw the certain charts, and you have to understand whether process is out of control or it is in control. So that is nothing but monitoring here, and ultimately controlling the things. If certain things are, if it is observed in monitoring, like certain problem is there, you people have to take corrective action and you have to control the process, right? So that is nothing but the statistical process control, and people say it is a quality control, method of quality control, right? So by looking at product, you cannot get the data. You have to check with certain product, and for mass production, quite difficult to check each and every component, right? Quite difficult. If you are thousands of product, and if you want to check in one shift thousands of product, quite difficult. So such a statistical tools you can use, and that's why these statistical tools are called as a quality control methods, where you can monitor the things and where you can control the process. Okay, then next one is this helps to ensure the process operates efficiently, producing more specification conforming product with less waste, rework or scrap. What is the benefit of this? This particular process, SPC, helps to operate your processes very efficiently. Why? Because you are monitoring continuously. You are gathering the data. You are interpreting the data there, right? So that's why, if even though you see small change in your process, some wrong response if you found, immediately what you will do? You will immediately take the corrective action. That's why this process is very efficient, because monitoring means obviously it is a continuous. So it helps for that. Also, it producing more specification conforming product with less waste. Means as you are having continuous watch on your process, what you will do, even though you found one product defective, immediately you are taking corrective action, right? And you are controlling it. So what is its effect? Rework will not be occur, because whatever you are producing, it is a correct product as per the specification you are producing. Then rework will not be there, and ultimately scrap will not be there. So for that purpose, this tool is very useful. SPC can be applied to any process where the conforming product meeting specification. Conforming product means what? We have seen conformance of product in I think fifth number chapter. A product is meeting with specification, whatever customer is demanding. So if you are producing the same thing, then we say like conforming the product. So SPC can be applied to any process. Let it be chemical industry process, let it be mechanical industry process, service industry, food industry, wherever. But what is the condition? Product meeting the specification means conforming the product. So there at all places this SPC is applied, and where output can be measured. So at all the process, all the places this is implemented. Now what is the objectives of the SPC? First objective is to collecting the data and drawing the meaningful conclusion. So I have given certain example at the beginning of this class, like taking one component and measuring its specification. Let us take example, new example of vehicle. You have produced one vehicle. Now what kind of data you can collect there? What is the speed of that vehicle? How much average will be there? If crash analysis you are doing, then at if you make crash analysis, if you'll make accident of two vehicle, then what will be the damage, right? How much percentage will be percentage damage will be there, how much harm will be to that passenger inside vehicle. So this kind of data collection is very important. Obviously it cannot be performed practically, simulation based type of thing you can perform. And nowadays people are performing even practical crash analysis also. So collecting such a data, average, and then speed, right, or its life, so whatever it may be to related to that vehicle. So collecting such a data and drawing with some certain conclusion. For example, average of that vehicle or mileage, people say in showrooms 20 kilometer, 25 kilometer, right, per liter. So this kind of data they give to us. How they give? Because they have certain conclusion, meaningful conclusion they have drawn through that data. So for such a things, SPC tools plays very important role. Then finding the root cause of the problem. So if you have certain data, then you will find out the certain root cause. Suppose every time there is a problem in a bending of that particular product. One new example I am telling, bending. Most of the mechanical component we need to bend things, right? So if you found like all components are having defect in bending, you are checking the specification like curvature of that particular product. Bending, if you have done bending and you want to check the curvature, 10 mm radius, then 10.1 radius. And every time that radius is varying, you need only 10, but 10.1, 9.9. So what will happen if only one dimension there is a problem? You may have performed many operations like bending is there, drilling is there, threading may be there, okay, champering may be there. I'm telling very simple example to understand. So you are not finding any defect on champering, you are not finding any defect in drilling. Only always out of these four dimensions, only problem is with bending. That all dimensions of this champering as per the specification, drilling as per the specification, threading as per the specification, only in your data whatever you have collected in your paper, first product bending problem radius you are expecting 10, there is a 9.9, 9.8, sometime 11, okay, 10.9, 10.7. So you will understand all three specifications are correct. Only problem is with this bending, as it is common sense of that particular manager, production manager. He will immediately go to that bending machine operator and he will ask that you are having the problem. I have checked 10 component out of your hundreds, and I found only your machine is having problem, that is bending. Who is doing that bending of that any of the plate? Means what? You found the root cause. You will not waste your time to remaining people. What remaining people are doing? Getting. So now he will say, sir, I am performing well. So whatever force you have set on that press machine, I am doing as per your instructions. I am putting job very properly. I am holding that job very properly. Still, this problem is there. So you have to understand actual root cause. Okay, root cause may be material problem. Okay, which material specification combination or whatever material chemical compositions are there. It may not be as per the your requirement. You have designed for certain material and you are applying force of certain material. That is also important. So in this way, you have to find out the root cause. You have to check the job, then you have to reach to that particular operator. If even though he's telling everything is okay, you have to check your machine, you have to check your material. So in this way, you have to find out the root cause, and this is SPC tool will definitely help you. And definitely there is no another way. And problem may not, you cannot detect the problem immediately today. You people may have to investigate maybe 2 days, 3 days, or sometime if very genuine issues are there, maybe immediately within 1 minute you people have to find out the root cause. Friends, if you want to find out root cause anywhere in the industry, especially in quality department, SPC tool is very effective. Okay, so I have told one simple example. I hope you understood this objective. Then controlling of performance, obviously, of that product, of that vehicle, of that any of the component. How you can control? Once you find the root cause, what you will do? You will take the corrective action. What corrective action? Whatever problem you found, for example, that particular person is applying unnecessary force, or even though no, even though it is not required, he is applying more force on that particular bending machine, building with the help of that job. Getting. So he will control. He will understand. You have to apply only 10 kilonewton force so that it will bend properly, or maybe there is a fixture. There is a certain defect. So in this way, you can control the quality by changing the whatever root cause What is the root cause? What is the exact problem? If you solve it, ultimately control of performance of your product will be automatically achieved. Then predicting the failure tendencies. Suppose your vehicle is there. Okay, you one vehicle you have produced. Now all customer came with you. Product may be in a warranty. Customer will come to you and he will say there is a problem with steering. First customer came, he is also telling there is a failure in steering. Another one also is coming, failure in steering. So again next year or next month another person will come, same problem. You have to preserve that data. You have to preserve that data. Date 10th April, then next 10th May, or whatever date may be. So every month you have to find out the why our products coming back to us for rework or any maintenance. Why people are coming? So you have to understand or predict. Yes, there is a certain problem. You have to predict the tendencies. What kind of failure is there? Power steering failure. In that also, what kind of tendency? So in this way, you have to predict. आपल्याकडे लोक यायला लागलेत, मागच्या महिन्यात असाच एक कस्टमर आलता. So you should not wait to another 6 months, like how many people will come and then we'll see. You have to start predicting. So one person came means definitely other vehicle all will also have same problem. You have to predict the failure and its tendency, obviously. The next one is understanding and managing variability in process. Process, especially in chemical industry. Nowadays we are seeing medicine industry, medical industry, you can say, where people are producing the medicines. Variability is not acceptable there. Whatever things is expected in medicine, so same thing should be there in all the medicines. Variability is not expected there. Even in especially in our mechanical industry, if you take example, no problem, we have tolerance limits, right? Let it be you are asked like 10 diameter, 10.1 okay, 9.9 okay. Chemical industry, medicine industry, it is not acceptable at all. Variability is not acceptable. So you people have to understand this variability. Okay, as time passes, that performance should remain constant. It should not change at all. If it will change, miss variability is there in process, not acceptable. SPC tool will help you. किती variability आहे? Okay, so to understand this variability in the process and even this, if you want to manage that variability, SPC tool will help you. Then preventing the defects and to pursue never-ending improvement. So if you want to prevent the defects in product and if you want to improve continuously every day, if you want to improve, then definitely this SPC tool will help you. Getting? So I hope you understood the objectives of SPC. Then basically, if you can say fundamental principle of SPC. Friends, all work occurs in a system of interconnected process. Many interconnected things are there. So as we have discussed, the machine is there, man is there, right? Tools are there. So this work you should interconnect. So without that process, you cannot say process, and you will not get important output. And another thing is that variation exists in all the process. Definitely variation will be there. It cannot be like you are producing all same dimensions product, variation exists. Let it be anything, because um, maybe material problem is there, maybe process problem is there, device problem is there, variation will be definitely there. And understanding and reducing the variation, okay, what kind of variation is there, you have to understand it, and you have to try to reduce the variation, and that is the key of success in a quality department. So you people have to understand. So this is a basic principle. You cannot understand like how 100% efficiency, not expected. Okay, so you people have to understand this principle, variation will be there, you have to understand it, and you have to reduce it. There is no other way. Variation will be there, you have to understand it, and you have to reduce it. And if you do this, then you can say your success will be there in a quality department. So this is the basic principle of SPC. Okay, so why SPC is important? Now in title of chapter I have told many importance. What is the first importance? Reduce the waste. How it waste reduces? Because in early stage you find the variation and you reduce it. 100 कॉम्पोनंट बनल्यानंतर जर तुम्हाला कळलं की प्रॉब्लेम आहे प्रोडक्टमध्ये, 100 वेस्टमध्ये गेले. बट एसपीसी टूल यू आर मॉनिटरिंग द डेटा कंटिन्युअसली, you are collecting the data from all operators, from all quality people who are checking, and you are gathering data, and always you are monitoring it. If you not find any defect, well and good. But once you found like problem is there with second number component, third number component, immediately you will take control in, right? So this statistical process control is for that only. Immediately you will take corrective action. And if you will take immediate corrective action, means there will not be a rejection, right? And there will be no any scrap. Ultimately, you reduce the waste. It reduces reduction in the time which requires to produce the product. Reduction in time which is required to produce the product. Example I am telling. On your production line, if you found early like so and so machine need certain maintenance. So if you do in advance, as statistical data is telling, this so and so machine on shop floor need maintenance after every hour or after every 8 hours or after every week, then you will do it, and there will be no failure in line, production line. Ultimately it reduces the time which is required to produce the product. Detecting error at inspection, quality those who are checking, they may just check it, and if it is within limit they will pass it and they will dispatch the product. But if you want to find the error, why this variation is there, so you people can detect that. So this is the importance. Then reduces inspection cost. So no need to do specification on each and every product. Take certain samples and draw the trends from that, interpret something from that. Okay, so in this way, if you can save the manpower to check the product, so ultimately you can reduce the cost. Also, you can save the cost of metal by reducing the number of reject. If number of rejects are less, then you can save the cost of material. Then more uniform quality of production. If you are monitoring continuously, you are taking corrective action continuously, then all products will be fabricated uniformly. And if you are giving the uniform quality to all customer, if you are satisfying your customer, right, So there is a this tool, SPC tool. Definitely, it will make your customers happy and you can make the customer satisfied. Also, it provides the direction for long-term reduction in process variability. What it provides? Direction for long-term reduction in process variability. If this data will tell certain trend, so recently I have given example. Like if you understand throughout the year, so and so machine on production line is having failure, and if you found the root cause, and if you found the corrective actions also, so what you will do? You will make the preventive action, preventive maintenance, right? So in this way you can provide direction for long term reduction in process variability. Variability will be there, so but you will have solution for it. It is a stable process and operates with less variability. This statistical process is very stable because it's in the form of numbers, it is in the form of certain data. So definitely it is a stable process, and there will be a very less variability. Every time you will have a same conclusion. Getting? So next lecture we are going to see the actual tools, and whatever introduction I have told you, people may have understand like imaginary tool. Data collection करून कसं डेटा क्वालिटी मेंटेन करायची, कशी मेंटेन होते, कसं कन्क्लुजन ड्रॉ करायचं. So we are going to see with the help of certain control charts, that is X chart, P chart, R chart. So next lecture we'll discuss this thing. So maybe tomorrow we'll have discussion on it. Okay. So with this, we'll stop our discussion on introduction to SPC. I have told ample examples why SPC is important, and I think you people have able to correlate this with your statistical learning in mathematics. I think so. With the help of these tools, we'll understand again in more detail. So I hope we'll stop here. Thank you.